We're almost there. Senator Wyden has one more question for you, and then he'll give a brief wrap-up statement, and then I will give a wrap-up statement, and we'll be able to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Oz, I wanted to ask a question about something that has really been part of your wheelhouse, as far as I can tell, for decades, and that's the insurance sector, and particularly marketing abuses. And I go way back to the days, when insurance salespeople would sell 5 or 6 policies to a senior citizen. Traditional Medicare stuff wasn't worth the paper it was written on, and I came to Congress, and Bob Dole, I didn't think he even knew my name, we got it fixed. But the abuses continue. Yeah. And I'd be interested in your thoughts about what you think the biggest abuses are now, and then I'm going to ask you, I'm going to make this half of my question, a quick response in terms of what you're going to be dealing with if confirmed. What do you think the biggest abuses are right now in the private insurance sector?
Medicare Advantage sales.
Such as? Well, I mean, give me an example of
There's
something.
brokers that get involved in churning policies. So they get you to switch from policy to policy. We should potentially consider whether you need to re-elect Medicare Advantage every year and potentially offer multi-year programs for seniors, because that would save some of the money that the brokers are taking out of the middle. Some brokers do a great job, some don't. We probably have too many. I think there are ways for us to ensure that that marketing process works better for the folks involved. But it's also what the Medicare Advantage plans also do with the monies that they use to incentivize the American people, the 33 million people on Medicare Advantage to come into their programs. And we should examine whether some of that money should be reimbursed to the American people to ensure that Medicare Advantage does not cost more than fee-for-service Medicare.
I'll have some additional questions for the record on this, but let me leave you with a thought. We finally got some rules that have been put in place really in the last few years. There's probably going to be a big effort because the Trump administration has been talking about rolling back a lot of the health standards. I want to get a sense before we vote on which ones that you would be sympathetic to if anybody tries to do that, because I think that is a sure bet in terms of what's coming, that there will be some sleazy operators. We both know that there's some good people out there, but there's some sleazy operators, and I think they're going to push for a rollback in some of the rules that have been adopted recently, and I'll want your assessment of that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.